Despite how long video games have been around, there are still new works being created that manage to be both uniquely innovative creations and undeniably fun experiences. Papers, Please is one such game. In this title, you play the role of a border agent for a fictional Soviet-like country. Many have heralded this game as a modern work of art in video game form, and I would have to agree. While I initially ignored all the discussion around the game and dismissed it as something obscure and uninteresting, I finally took the plunge and picked it up during the Steam summer sales. I am very glad that I did. Papers, Please presented me with an experience no other game has. At first glance while playing the game, it appears to be a sort of simulation. A border agent simulator game. You focus primarily on accurately approving and disapproving of passports based on a couple different factors. Is the expiration date valid? Does the picture match the person? Does the person appear to be the correct gender? Given your time limit, you try to get as many people through with as few errors as possible. The more people you get through, the more money you make to sustain yourself and your family. If you make a mistake, it can count against you, eventually costing you money. As the game progresses, more and more factors are added. Soon you have to analyze entry visas, identification supplements, work papers, and even compare people to a list of the most wanted international criminals. It becomes easier and easier to make mistakes as you try harder and harder to get more people through the checkpoint. You quickly realize that you are barely making enough money to get by, and oftentimes your family has to go without food, medicine, or heat. With the risk of your spouse dying from sickness, it becomes tempting to take the bribes offered to you. Groups proclaiming to fight the totalitarian regime try to enlist your services. Women plead for you to help them escape the plight of sex trafficking, and all the while the authorities are carefully watching you. For example, when they discovered that I had a questionably large sum of money, I ended up in jail and my family held for questioning. Papers, Please is a surprisingly simple game that becomes increasingly complex. A job as routine and seemingly boring as border agent becomes something far more engrossing. You constantly debate with yourself on how to handle situations, never knowing whether the choice you made was ultimately the best one. Selfish desires compete with larger social issues, and at the end of each day, you're explicitly reminded that money is the only way to keep you and your family alive. If you've been passing up on Papers, Please because of its unique style and undefinable genre, then stop ignoring this game. Papers, Please truly is an amazing work of art in game form, and no serious video game connoisseur should miss the opportunity to indulge in this uniquely satisfying and thought-provoking experience.